Hello everyone. In our last lecture, we have been solving problem based on binomial distributions. We have solved many problems finding the probability by using the formula NCX p to the power x and 1 minus p to the power n minus x for probability of any value of x. So this was what we have been using in our all the last problem that we solved. But in the last lecture I could not finish the last part of this topic, which is finding mean and variance, mean and the variance of this distribution. Okay, when x is considered to be having distribution like this, yani the random variable x will be following binomial distribution where n, the parameter n and p is known. You already understand what is n. N is the number of trial and p is the probability of the success. Means if you know the distribution, how to find the mean of that distribution. Okay, so if you know the distribution, how to find the mean of that distribution. And this is very simple, very simple. You just multiply the n with the probability, you will get the expected value or the mean value of this distribution. Similarly, for finding the variance of x, it's simple formula, multiply n with p with q, this will give you the variance of this distributions. So it is different than our discrete random variable, and this is especially for the binomial distribution only. Okay, so this formula we have not done any exercise on this one, so I will be taking problems to explain you how to get these two values. Okay, so suppose in a problem n is given to you 10 and p is given to you say 0.6. Okay, suppose a problem, a binomial distribution where n is given to me 10 and p is given to me 0.6. If I want to find the mean of this distribution, then it will be simply n times p, which is 10 times 0.6, and answer is 6. So what is this 6? 6 is the mean value of this distribution. Now how to find the variance? Variance will be NPQ, which means 10 into 0.6, and Q is what? You already remember Q is 1 minus P. So Q is here 1 minus P, 1 minus 0.6. So you can get here 10 times 0.6 times 0.4, which will give you 2.4. So in all the problems of the binomial distribution where I will be asked to find out the mean and the variance, we will simply use this formula. This idea has been used in your slide number 1 for today's lecture. So we will be, I will be explaining you, or you will be learning this one again during the class times when we will be online together today at 10 o'clock. I just take one more example like this. Okay, the question, I write the question that the probability that it will rain is 0.4. The probability that it will rain is a 0.4. The question is find the expected number of rainy days in a week. So this is the question. This is the question. The probability that it will rain is 0.4. Find the expected number of days in a week. Find the expected number of rainy days in a week. So how we will do this? What we are given expected number of days means I will have to find the mean here. So n for me is in a week, so n is 7 and p is given to be 0.4. So expected or expectation or the mean is, expectation value is n times p, 7 times 0.4, which give me 2.8. 2.8. This is the expected value of this question, which means out of 7 days, 2.8 days, it will be a rainy day. Out of 7 days, the number of rainy days will be what? 2.8 on the average. So this is how we apply this idea in any practical problem. Okay, so you can think of roughly it's 3 days out of 7 days, 3 days out of 7 days, but mathematically it is exactly 2.8 days. Okay, so this is how we will be applying this idea in any binomial distribution. You may have a question where they ask you to find many probabilities. Okay, like here they will tell you find the probability that exactly 2 days, exactly 3 days. So question like this might be here, but at the end they will ask you the mean and the variance. If they want to find the variance also, the variance will become what? NPQ. So this is 7 times 0.4 times 0.6, and you can get a number. You can get a number. So this is how we will be using this concept, mean and variance of a binomial distributions. So I will stop it here because I cannot make the video longer. So let's stop it over here. This will be my first video of the lecture today. See you at the lecture. Goodbye.